Okay, delighted to say that we're doing our now annual check-in with Aaron and Stephen McKenna. The Monaghan boxers are home in Ireland. Lads, you're very welcome.
Great to be on.
I think first thing to say is congratulations on another great year. We were sitting here, I think, almost 12 months ago to the day, and you were talking about your big ambitions for 2019. I think you achieved that, both of you. Aaron, we might start with you. Like, what's the first emotion that comes to mind when you think of the year that was for Aaron McKenna?
Yeah, I think it's been a brilliant year for me. 10-0 now, and I'm only 20 years old, so it's a fantastic achievement to be so experienced as well now. And I just want to keep it going and keep winning my fights and keep improving. That's the goal now. And next year now I'll be moving into 8-rounders, and by the end of the year I want to have a 10-rounder. Yeah,
that was the aim this year, but you got a knockout to actually stop the whole process of going to full 8 rounds.
Yeah, so yeah, that was nice. Got the second round KO to finish off the year, and it was a body shot. It was a nice shot, and I think I've improved now a lot since my pro debut, and I'm showing signs of improvement, and I'm starting to develop a lot of power now.
Yeah, because that was the one thing that stuck out to me when we were chatting with you last year, is that you said that you've yet to develop your man strength.
Yeah.
When you're knocking somebody out with a body shot, chances are you're getting close to that position where you do have that man strength.
Yeah, definitely. It's something I've been working on in the gym too, the body shots, because these guys have tough heads and you can hit them with everything to the head and they'd still stand, but when you move down to the body, they can't really take it.
Right, okay. And that's just something that you've learned over time. And is that the case for most fighters in your division, that actually, if you work the body a bit more, you've got actually as good a chance of the knockout?
Yeah, I think so. Body shots are important anyway, and it slows them down. Even if you don't drop them the first or second time, it'll still slow them down for later on in the fight.
Stevie, what's the biggest thing you've learned in 2019 as a boxer?
Well, I made my debut in April, and I've had 4 fights with 4 knockouts, so it's been a big year, an exciting year for me, but I've settled down really well into the pro boxing, and I'm getting knockouts, so you don't get paid for overtime, and I like to get them out there early, so I want to keep improving and keep knocking these guys out.
It's something that Andy Lee always says to us when he's in studio, that when you're fighting in the United States, you deal in knockouts. That is the currency that they appreciate over there. Is that something that you're acutely aware of, or does that just happen to be your style?
Yeah, well, me and Aaron's both exciting style fighters, and that's what the crowd want to see. They want to see exciting fighters, and we bring that to the table, and when we go into fight, we go in to knock them out and get them out of there, so we want to just keep doing that and keep it going.
And are people having conversations with you, like even outside of your coaching team and outside of people who look after you, saying that this is going really well, the way in which you're finishing these fights is outstanding, and keep this up?
Yeah, well, they just want me to keep winning. And that's all I have to keep doing, and improving when I'm sparring and different things. So I'm sparring with world champions every day. I spar with Jose Ramirez, and he's the champion at my weight, and doing really good with him. So I'm getting the best sparring in the world, and that's all I need. So I have to keep improving.
Yeah, it's always the aim that you look for. Like, when you look towards 2020, Aaron, is it like, what is the specific thing that you're looking to improve on? Even if you kind of remove the idea of perhaps being in contention for a title, which I'm sure is going to happen at some point, as a boxer, what are you looking to improve on?
Just anything I need to improve on. I just want to improve.
Is there a specific thing? Do you look at your game at the moment and say there's a weakness here, or are you pretty confident with where you're at?
At the minute, like, I think I'm doing good, but I'm still young, so you can always improve. There's always room for improvement, and I just want to get that, and I'll get that by fighting. I'll learn every fight, and I have learned in most of my fights. So next year now I'm moving up to 8-rounders, so I'm looking forward to that.
Do you guys train together?
Yeah, we train with each other every day, so we run together, we do our strength work together, and we spar and train. So,
what does a typical day in your life in Los Angeles look like?
On a sparring day, we head to the Robert Garcia boxing gym, and we spar there and do our session, and then later that day we go home and do a recovery run, what we call, and 4 mile we do.
Right.
So that
nice easy recovery.
Yeah, that's a sparring day. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're up at 4 a.m. We do a track session, and that consists of 800-metre sprints 6 times and a 1 minute recovery. So we both pushed each other really hard, and I'm there really hard. We try to get it under 2:45. We aim for times. And then once we come home, we cook, we do a recovery at 6:30. We'll be home at, and then we head back to bed for a few hours, and then straight in to our boxing session at 9:30. We do our boxing session, and then after that, it usually lasts about an hour and a half. We go to the Cairo zone. It's a recovery. It's like a deep freeze, the ice chambers, and we get a recovery there every Tuesday and Thursday. And then we go on and do our strength session. So we have all done by about 2 o'clock in the day, 3 sessions on the Tuesday and Thursday. So it's a hectic day and it's very tough.
Is it just the two of you then when you're doing laps around the track?
The two of us, yeah.
With your dad, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with my dad, yeah. He pushes us on. We have to work each other hard.
I'd imagine so. I'd say you push each other on. I'd say your father Fergal as well pushes yourself on fairly hard as well. You mentioned there you come home and you do the cooking. Are you cooking yourself? Who's cooking for you at that point?
Yeah, we cook.
You do it for yourselves?
Yeah.
Right, what's a typical meal on a Tuesday or a Thursday then in the middle of the day?
We get back from the run, we'd have chicken, brown rice, eggs and veg. Yeah, so, and then we'd get up a couple hours later, go to our boxing session.
Right. Is this a situation where you're living in Ireland and you're like, this is the dream, like I can't believe I'm doing this in California with my family and actually achieving things 10-0, things are going so well. Do you have time to appreciate that at all, or is it a situation where you just can't allow those sort of thoughts of enjoying the moment to creep in?
Yeah, when we're over there, when we're in camp, we're just totally focused on getting the job done, and it's a great place to be because it's got the great facilities that you need. Like, you've got the track right beside us, and then the mountain run we do every Saturday, 4 mile up, real tough in the legs, real tough run. We do it in under 29 minutes. So
okay.
Yeah, and then you've got the Santa Monica stairs as well. It's another tough run, so we've got the great facilities beside us as well.
So that's every Saturday you do that run?
Yeah, do the mountain run every Saturday, and then we do the Santa Monica stairs every Thursday.
Right, okay. So that's on top of your track session on a Thursday?
On tracks
Tuesday.
on a Tuesday.
Track on Tuesday, sorry,
yeah.
And then it's a different place. It's up the Santa Monica stairs on a Thursday. So then what about the remainder of the week then? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, is that all sparring? Is that just in the gym?
Sparring and then just recovery runs.
Right, okay. Do you find yourself, as the months go by and the more sparring rounds you get in, you start to feel yourself getting sharper and you almost reach a peak stage of your camp? I don't know, I'm sure that you obviously heard and thought about the idea of a flow state when you're in the ring and you actually reach the peak version of yourself. How long does that take? How many sparring sessions does that take before you're like, right, I'm ready to fight and I'm ready to give my opponent a really good few rounds here?
Like, after a fight, we go straight back into camp.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we're always sharp the whole year round, and at the minute now I'm doing like 24 rounds a week, 8 on a Monday, 8 on a Wednesday and 8 on a Friday.
Right.
So I'm like always feel sharp and always ready for the fight.
Would you be the same then, Stevie?
Yeah, we pretty similar, yeah, but like our last few spars before the fight, that's when we're really sharp, and in our running as well. We try to get our best times about 2-3 weeks out before our fight, and then we know how sharp we are, so we'll be getting personal bests, we'll be beating our times.
You were saying there just before we came on air that there's no rest for the wicked. You're home until the end of January, really, 20-something of January. You go back to California, and it's not feet up, watching movies, eating left, right and centre, or drinking perhaps at all when you're at home in Monaghan. There's a good bit of training involved over the next month or so.
Yeah, at the minute we're at maintenance training. And
what is maintenance training?
Just at the minute we're doing our running and our strength and conditioning, and then soon enough we'll start our boxing, just picking it up lightly.
Is there a hill in mountain that represents the Santa Monica stairs at all?
Not over here.
It's
hard to get one.
But we go over the Clonus track.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's right beside us, and we train there as well.
Do you miss Monaghan when you're abroad? Do you miss home?
Not really, but because the time kind of goes by quick when I'm over there, when I'm in camp. When you're training for a fight, it kind of goes by quick.
What about yourself?
Not too much. Like we're focused we're that focused, you see, on what we have to do, and we want to become world champions. So we'll be back here after a few years anyway.
That's it. You'll be bringing home the title belts in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Do you set yourself a timeline on that front? Because it can often be very tricky with politics at every single level of boxing to ever set yourself a definite date of when you want to get that title fight. And I know you're in different situations. Aaron, we might just start with you. Like when it comes to that title fight, have you set that mental target of when you want it to happen?
Yeah, well, I've always said I wanted it by the time I'm 21.
21.
So right now...
When do you turn 21?
July.
July.
Of next year. So I'm 21 next July. So I've 18 months. So now once I go into next year, just take each fight as it comes.
You're getting close to that title fight.
Yeah, so first I just got to keep winning with each fight that's in front of me. So the next 8-rounder, got to win that and then keep improving.
And what about yourself, Stevie?
Yeah, well, within the next 2 to 3 years, I would want to be knocking on a world title as well. So we'll take each fight as it comes and keep winning, keep knocking guys out.
I look forward to when you're back here at Christmas with the belts, or whatever year that may be, maybe next year, maybe the year after. Either way, wish you the very best of luck. Aaron and Stephen McKenna, thanks a million for popping in.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.